Right, if I'm being honest, there goes my lamp. Everything's going to this is not how, this isn't even how I wanted to start the video. Whew. If that doesn't just sum up this last month, then I don't know what does. Anyway, you can probably tell this last month hasn't quite gone to plan. After probably the hardest point in my life mentally, around 3-4 months ago in September, we made a massive recovery. I sorted my life out. I hopped on with Genie, did loads of research with them. In fact, they're actually the sponsor of today's video, so I really appreciate that, Genie. More on them in a minute. But I figured out my morning routine. I figured out my sleep. I was absolutely destroying the gym. I was the heaviest I'd ever been in my life. I was working on things I truly was passionate about. I was making lots of different moves, trying to build out my future and turn my life into my dream reality, and it was going amazing. That's what this video is going to be. It's going to be like the week before everything went tits up. So don't worry, this video isn't going to be a bummer. It's going to be a sick little summary of that last week and the point where I was peaking. But why did things go tits up? Well, I got ill. Shock. I'm always ill. My immune system is absolutely At this point, if anyone's got a worse immune system than me, please give me a shout. It will make me feel so much better. But no, I got tonsillitis for 2 weeks. That took me up to Christmas Eve. Recovered for 3 days, got COVID. That's turned into long COVID. I have been pretty much absolutely out of it for the last month. I've lost 8 kilograms of muscle mass. I haven't been able to do virtually any work, and as you can tell, I haven't been able to post any YouTube videos. My mental health has taken a massive turn for the worse, but as always, we're looking at it with a positive outlook. I can make all of that progress again, and now I have an opportunity to prove to myself my resilience and get back on track. Cool. Anyway, if you're wondering how I'm so bubbly for the rest of this video, how I have so much energy, how I was smashing it, that was all down to the research that I did with Genie. So let's run it back, see what Genie's about. This is Genie. It is essentially a research assistant for students, but can be used by anyone doing any research. It automatically summarizes all of your background reading, any blog posts, articles, websites, academic papers, research journals, you name it. This summarizes it and then actually helps you to write that essay, that lab report, etc. So how does that actually work? Well, first you find a resource that may be helpful for that lab report, for that essay. Download it or copy the link, hit create resource in Genie and upload it. Next, you open the newly created resource and hit summary. At the top is all of the diagrams, figures, etc. from the resource for quick access. You then have a summary of each section of the resource broken down into easy to read bullet points for quick reference. Finally, you have all of the most prominent keywords in the article and its abstract. Okay, now let's go and create a note. Notes support slash commands to easily add features like bullet points, titles, etc. But the best feature is the ability to reference your uploaded documents by simply highlighting the text and clicking add to notes. You can even opt for the selected text to be summarized with AI in your notes. Of course, you are also going to need to reference many texts at once, so Genie allows for you to do so with quick links that take you back to the original text within your notes. If you'd like a Genie 14-day free trial, hit the top link in the description below, and you can also use code JAKE2022 for 20% off any of the full plans. Anyway, yeah, let's run it back to my motivated self at the start of December before everything went tits up. In 3, 2, 1. Good morning. My alarm didn't go off until 7:30. It was set for 6:30. I've got to go catch a train to London. Train station's there. I clocked in at 84 kilos this morning. I'm feeling very good about that. Plan today is a full and no-code workshop. James is going to teach us how to build our existing product from scratch. Hopefully we can go and do that, and then yeah, set out the intentions for the rest of the week. Anyway, I'm gonna get to London. Let's get it. A few days earlier, the CEO of Mana, the startup I work for, discovered that you could build fully no-code, an AI chatbot that was tailored to virtually any industry using OpenAI's API and the new model called DaVinci 03 that came out a few days earlier. This was brilliant because the team had scaled down and we no longer had any full-time developers, so needed to be able to do everything ourselves. This trip to London was to learn everything we needed to build our own chatbots. Okay, so we're on the train now. Evidently. But I like to use travel as an opportunity to refocus. Like whenever I'm traveling to a new destination, there's some sort of sense of energy, some sense of direction, and I like to channel that into refocusing on my efforts for that week, for that day, whatever. So priorities for this week: absolutely smash the filming and editing of that first episode of Build. That is the dropshipping video. I feel like that has such high potential. I really want to nail that and get some sort of an idea of how the rest of this build series is going to go. What am I going to be documenting each week? How am I going to film it? What is the style that I'm trying to create? I've got an idea in my head. I just need to put that into paper and put that into systems that let me recreate that vision on a weekly basis. And then thirdly, I've got 2 organic stores that I'm currently testing. I'm going to decide whether they're a no-go or not. And then 3 more products coming in this week that I'm going to be running another organic store with a mate. Very excited for that. The week should be sick.
Trying to be here for a while in a good time. When we ain't stressed out, just good wine. When I look in the mirror, I look fine. Good people, times, and good wine. Good wine, good wine, good wine, good wine. Trying to be here for a while.
This is way too good. Alright, this is going good.
seen, and please believe me, I be tucked. Don't like smoking, last so long, so I keep sipping on this cup. Don't crave attention, just to mention, I be chilling in the cut. Glass got empty, now I'm searching through my wallet for a $1 bill and some change in my pocket. Oh no, hit my girl, can you spot me? I just need a
time's currently 8:45. I just got back from London. Absolutely beautiful day, solid day of eating, but I haven't been gym yet. Today's accessory day. I'm not about to let that slip after such a solid day. Gotta keep the consistency up, gotta keep building. Yeah, message Ruben, he's so down for it, so we're gonna go and smash an absolutely beautiful accessory day. Hopefully we get a few PBs. Let's see what it's saying.
You right? You right back to the gym? You're looking
yes, sir.
good.
That's right. My guy.
I'm alone, I'm a broken home. I gave you all the bricks that I own and know. I'm letting go, I'm breaking these walls down, breaking these walls down. If you want adventure, then fly to home. But if you wanna travel, then go alone. Yeah, what's the point in us if I never know? Yeah, if you're gonna leave, I'ma let you go. I'm tired of the pain. Go away. I'm tired of yesterday. Where my demons dwell, my only little nightmare, I call it hell. Oh well, it's time to get back up, climbing and climbing. I'm done with this ride, is what I tell myself, so I can feel something else. Yeah, I guess I had my bad days, but it doesn't mean I lost my style.
It's gonna work this time. No, Jesus Christ. It's the final step. Why is it not working?
Everything you dangle, just put it in your mouth.
You have to whisper into it.
You start with your tongue. Shove it all in. Put it in. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Ooh. It's better than the oyster. Better than the oyster. Not quite on par with the sushi. Was it sushi in the end, the seafood?
I'm glad you're comparing two different ethnic groups with this.
Currently 8:30, had a massively productive day. I'm going to the gym now, and then I've got a call at 11 o'clock for like a few hours to discuss the rest of the store with my mate. We're going to grind it all out and then hopefully start posting the first organic videos tonight. Time is currently 11 o'clock. I'm hopping on a call with Joe. We're going to talk through the organic strategy, like content, everything we want to be posting over the next like week or so. Hopefully try and blow up the store and make a decent bag in the process. Anyway, Alexa, turn lights red. Oh. I'm going to get changed and then let's crack. Alright, so if you saw my last video, you'll have seen that the dropshipping with paid ads went relatively well, pulling in 13k revenue, but because of the ad spend, only 2 and a bit k profit. As a result, I wanted to get into the organic, so I started running a few stores with a couple of mates. I launched 2 stores before I got ill, and neither of them ended up taking off. We had 1 sale. Now I'm planning to run a few more this month when I'm better, but overall plan is to shift into building an agency of some sort and give that route a go, as there are a few things I don't like about the dropshipping model, yet a few ethical things you can iron out, but it takes a lot more time and a lot more energy. Anyway, the rest of the week was sound. We met some awesome people. Big up Carson. Hit a few gym sessions, but the highlight was the E34 crossover. Honestly, this is probably the highlight of my year. For those of you who didn't know, I went to Bath University last year. I stayed in an accommodation called Eastwood. I was in the house E34. I vlogged pretty much the entirety of my first year. I ended up making a bit of a name on campus, and then a lot of the students who came up this year had actually watched the vlogs. Turns out the people that are in E34 now, the house I was in last year, they recognized my flatmates and I in a club at the start of term. We ended up becoming really good mates. That's Carlson, the one you just saw. And me and him ended up setting up a prees between all of our house from last year and then their house from this year. So it was the new E34 x old E34 crossover episode. We had a massive prees, then went on a big night out. I just want to say, seeing all of you guys in Bath, seeing you guys around, you guys recognizing me, and being able to have moments like this, it's so surreal. So I just want to say a massive thank you to all of you guys watching. You honestly, yeah, you've made this last year so much fun, and I'm so grateful for that. Anyway, my flatmates and I have joked that this should be like an E34 legacy, where the old E34s should always link up with the new E34s and vice versa. We'll see. Maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. But this night out was sick. Let's get it. 3, 2, 1, 34. Phenomenal week. It's a shame, such a shame that I got ill because I was on such a high and it has put me out for a month. But that month has given me a massive chance to reflect the future direction, both with this channel, both with my life and everything that I need to be doing. And I've come to the conclusion that actually a lot of the stuff that I'm doing on a day-to-day basis isn't in the best interest of my future, my immediate future and long-term future. It's more kind of in the interest of what makes the best content, how I can keep making these videos better and better, and that is always in the back of my mind. It's very much a focus on the content as opposed to figuring out my life and the immediate direction, and that is not a good place to be. And I've noticed that massively affected my mental health over this last month when I haven't been able to post the content. At the end of the day, it is very hard to make content on a life that you're not sure where it's heading. When you have like a specific focus, when you have a specific direction and you're constantly working towards that with a very passionate and determined outlook on that path, the content is miles better. And so in light of all that, I have decided that I'm going to take a bit of a break from YouTube. I am going to Morocco in 3 weeks. I'm also going to Bali for a month at the end of February. I'm going to try and post a couple of videos on those, but that's kind of just for the memories as opposed to like raw value. I'm going to use that extra time and that extra mental bandwidth to really figure out my direction for this next year and hopefully come to a bit more clarity that I haven't really had the past couple of years, so that the content I'm producing is the best that it can possibly be. So don't worry, I'm not going forever. I'm not sure how long this break is going to be, probably a couple of months, but I do really appreciate the support. I'm hopefully going to be posting a bit of the behind the scenes on my Instagram. That's there. But otherwise, it's been a pleasure in 2022 and I'm excited to see you again in a few months. Love you all. See you next time.